Leigh, thanks for sitting down with us again.
Okay.
With the roadmap that's been just planned out, can you talk us through your thoughts on potential release of season tickets?
Yes, I mean, I think I said in the programme notes that we decided not to release the early bird or the season tickets in the normal timescales. We'd normally be doing it in March. Because of the uncertainty around, we won't be doing that this year, Tom. I think we need a bit more certainty to return to the world before we do that. The news this week from the government that as of May the 17th, crowds can return, albeit probably in a social distant way, is the first piece of really good news we've had probably for a year, to be honest. And the second one is that crowds will be allowed back into the stadiums from June 21st onwards. Now, we have to sound a note of caution here. That's the best it can be at this stage, and we'd have to stay in control of the coronavirus, and I think there'll be pilots before that all happens. But on that basis, we'll be back in end of May, by which time, unfortunately, because the season will be pretty much over unless the playoffs kick in. But nevertheless, this is good news, and I suspect, therefore, given those new timescales, we will launch the season tickets probably in May or June, depending on what the information is from the government. To do it now, premature at best, because of the uncertainty, and I think the supporters have dealt with enough uncertainty. And are we going to watch Walsall play in the stadium? Let's get those questions answered as best we can, and then we'll launch the season tickets after that. We're ready to go. We know what the campaign will look like. We've done all the groundwork. It's just timing's going to be very important. So expect us to announce something in April, ready for a May launch, or possibly June.
Brian Dunton's been in charge now for 3 games, going into his 4th. Bradford this weekend. Can we get your thoughts on how things have gone so far?
Well, the results have not been. I'm sure when he took the job on, he didn't expect to come away with 1 point in the first 3 games. But I am a reasonably patient man, and I'd expect the fans to be the same sort of patience with Brian. He's a young coach in the business. A lot of what he does I really like. The structure, the discipline, the way he wants to play football is going to take a bit of adjusting to, and it will take a little bit of time. But I, like him, I wish it wasn't 1 draw so far and a couple of defeats. I wish it was better than that, but I'm still generally happy with the start he's made, and I'll be patient with this change of approach with the football club. But we've got to win football matches, and Brian knows that better than anybody. I've spent an hour with him this morning, just watching them train. So I'm pleased with the decision that we made. I'm happy with the start. I'd be a lot happier if we get 3 points against Bradford City.
And on a final note, this week we've seen some appalling racial abuse towards one of our loanees, Tyreek Wright. Can we just get your thoughts on that? Yes,
I mean, I have no time for it, whatever, and I think I speak for the whole football club that we have a zero tolerance of such behaviours, and if it happens, we'll deal with it, and the police will deal with it. I just wish and pray to God these days would be over. I wouldn't have to answer questions. In now, with the year we've had, that I'm answering questions about racial abuse of anybody, frankly, with Tariq or anybody. I find it frustrating and disappointing in the extreme to even answer questions about it. But my own personal tolerance of it is zero, and the personal tolerance of the club is zero. And if anyone, in any way, shape or form, racially abuses people at Walsall Football Club, it will be dealt with. I don't want to end on a negative though, and that is a fairly negative thing. I want to end on the positive that we have a new manager, we have a new style of playing. players really like it actually, because I've spoken to them about it, and I want the results to come through. And we do have a glimmer of light of when the fans can come back into this stadium, and frankly I can't wait. There is nothing more soulless than watching us play Newport County on Tuesday night on my own. Wednesday night. Cheers everybody.